Well, as soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Today, an NFC battle in store for us. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running from Raymond James. Fields this one at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're brought out by former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago.
Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Four yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Once again, Irving. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
First down, here's Baker. That's a catch, Jalen McMillan. And no gain after the catch, but the gain's still out across midfield. They're to the 45. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Mayfield with a blitz coming. Hits him on the out route. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Baker now off the play fake. That time, this is Ibuka. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. Connects on the crosser. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Well, we'll pause here, and for good reason. One of the Packers injured on that play and is being tended to. From the red zone on first. Brought in. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Mayfield now off the play action. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. And that throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Well, with how well he's slinging at this opening drive, Brock, not sure we expected to see an incompletion, but his perfect start ends at 5 for 5.
Yeah, kind of the feeling out process, right? I think you find this with defensive coordinators a whole bunch, trying to figure out what that script is on the other side. I have a sense there'll be some completions and incompletions along the way.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Irving will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Now from back at the 7. Here's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Catch is made, but he is out of the back of the end zone. Could not get his feet down, partner. This one's going to end up incomplete.
Chase McLaughlin on for the field goal.
The kick by McLaughlin is good. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in drives ahead.
With how well they were eating up yards and first downs, you know that kicker wanted to come out for a PAT, but he'll take a field goal, and he'll take 3.
And this is Savion Williams on the return. Coverage team tracking him down as he reaches the 35. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. And amidst the veterans, it's this rookie quarterback leading them out.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. Just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
On second down, Jacobs. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they could be facing third down to begin this ballgame.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Here he is on 3rd and short. He's got his man. This is Kraft. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. They're going play action. Finds a man right side. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Jacobs with it. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's down to almost... Nope. They're actually going to give him the 30 here. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Come on.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. He's dropping back to throw. That's caught by Chris Olave. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Ready to go with the second quarter. It's the Packers with it inside the red zone. Working on first down. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
He has it on the QB sneak. It's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a first and goal. He'll try to do it himself. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Packers finish off their opening drive.
Kate, I think two things were at play here. Not just the brute force to get it done on the QB sneak, but also the element of surprise to run it on first down. Job well done.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their second drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
As a corner in this league, oh, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. But you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Baker now from the gun. Caught by Godwin on the slant. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play. Just about any quarterback in every situation.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Mayfield now from the gun. Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
4th down, and on comes the former All-Pro Jake Bailey to punt. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. Begins his return at the 16, and he's brought down before the return gets far. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And he's been carrying a great campaign now into the heart of this season. He's sitting top 5 in rushing yardage. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go now.
Here's a throw. Has him on the quick hitter. Continuing to move past the 45. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
Bronco switch.
They go with Lloyd here. This is going to be down to, looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Well, that play right there, that one is wide linemen. They run the 40, do all the agility tests in their spandex at the combine. Yeah, having fast, agile, big guys up front, it lets them set the table so the running backs can go do their job.
And this one's going to move them all the way down to the 25-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hot 70.
Now looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to hit Josh Jacobs out of the backfield. And it sets up 2nd down.
Here we go. 19 Charger. 19 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Check smash. Check smash. Hurt.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up. Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. Lloyd on the shotgun handoff. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He'll look to throw. Throw's caught, and that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Got it. Ready?
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Let's go now. Fix the Eagle. Fix, go.
They're throwing it. And he will have them a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers will add to their lead at the end of the half. Chris Olave with the touchdown. Point after up and good from Bates. And the Packers drive their lead to 11. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Line up the design keeper. So entering the locker room, got ourselves a two-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flying. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And that lead they've got, Brock, they are never going to have to worry about losing it if they keep scoring every time they touch this football.
Is that how it works?
It surprisingly is. You know, if you have the lead and you don't lose it, you win.
And that type of start, well, you wanted all 17 games of a season, but you're lucky to get it more than once.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And he is down inside the 35-yard line.
Anytime you get that chunk of yards, gosh, you can just feel it in the stadium. It just changes the whole complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end this series with points.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Going to the ground again on first. And he's going to get inside the defense's 30 here. Looks to be a gain of about 6 on the play.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Hand off here to Lloyd. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 60 Vices, 60 Vices. Ready.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. Ooh, he made most of that one, didn't he? Give him 9 yards on that first down carry. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
Tap the 60, tap the 60.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers throw the lead coming out of halftime. Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Packers push their lead to 18. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Returnable from the 2. He dodged the tackle. Tampa Bay ready to head out to the field. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Bucks to the line. 1st and 10. Run begins with a run by Irving. And that's going to be a gain of 8 on 1st down.
While that run may not have moved the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. It sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
This is Irving on 2nd. And he's out of bounds. What a play for them, but will it stick? Oh, we got a flag down. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. First and 10 from the 43. Baker out of the pistol. Out left, and Otten makes the grab. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield down inside the 45-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Motioning the tight end now. First and 10. It's Mayfield. Short pass brought in. He takes this forward a little to about the 39. Nate Hobbs in on that stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Design quarterback run here. He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. Brought down by Quay Walker.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well. It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game, and failing to convert on that third down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that lowers the deficit to 15. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kick.
And he's brought down just inside the 25. Coach Matt LaFleur ushering his Packers offense back to the field. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Packers getting set here. First and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Clock isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for a second down.
Even though there's a lot of game time left here, Kate, this just feels like a must for the defense. A little bit of desperation. You cannot allow this offense to find the end zone again in a massive sack on first down. That's the right way to begin this series defensively.
In a real troublesome spot here, Brock. That sack has him set up second down and 21. Setting up to throw. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And this defense bringing the hammer down, driving him backwards to the 9.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on third down. Third and long for him here. Oh, he lost the football. The Buccaneers pick it up. Not much return after the fumble, but they will take over inside the red zone.
I think the phrase, Kate, blood in the water comes to mind in this spot. There was a chance to get aggressive and attack them being backed up close to the end zone. Can't imagine that decision paying off in a better fashion than that.
Well, this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
He finds Otten on the slant. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. On third and 2, here's Mayfield. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that sack brings the offense to 4th down.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. And they score. It's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Here comes Williams on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Lloyd. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
Throwing it on 2nd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Get up. 65 6. 79 Broncos. 65 10. 65 10.
Throw here, 3rd down. Throw left side to Watson. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the 1st. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down. The Packers send out their punting unit. Matt Ariza, the one to send it away. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. He fields it cleanly. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Downfield, and he's got McMillan. Breaks free in the center of the field. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers down by only 2 in the 4th. Jalen McMillan with the touchdown. Catches it at the 1. And he gets into the end zone. This one all tied up here in the 4th quarter. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the 2nd half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? You know who Steven is?
No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. Take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Back to throw now. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. On the give, it's Lloyd. going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. Not in a time crunch just yet, but they're hurrying to the line anyway. Pass play on 1st and 10. Caught, nice gain left side. And hey, if you can't prevent the catch, Brock, at least prevent a gain after it, right? So they make the quick stop at the 31. The big play nets them 17 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. New set of downs for them from the 31. Sending him on the dive. And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. Second down coming up. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Give to Williams from the gun. He's got it in the red zone. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up.
Didn't take a rocket scientist to know, Kate. They wanted to get the ball in this guy's hands any way they could, not just in the passing game, and he just showed you why. This defense not prepared for his impact on the ground.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Mustang 19.
From the red zone now. To the end zone, but incomplete. Took their shot there on 1st down, Brock, but don't come away with any points just yet. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take a 4th quarter lead. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers break that tie and now lead by 7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. And they're taking the field knowing that they need a touchdown here, Brock. More pressure on them now than they've had any drive so far this game.
Well, our colleague, Charles Davis, has a line for a spot just like this. Pressure, it can burst pipes, but can also create diamonds. Let's see what the outcome of this pressure is going to be.
And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Buccaneers down by 7. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Once again, Irving. They call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Brock. It's 3rd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Nickel look by the Packers on 3rd down. Now to throw. Got his man. It's on him. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. 1st and 10 now from the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here he is to throw. Now he's past the 25. And in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers cut it to a point late in this one. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard.
He'll look to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. The Packers take their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10.
Ready? 50 Vikings, 50 Vikings.
Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining.
18 Cardinal.
He's going to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 27-yard line.
And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. So everything comes down to this from Jake Bates. It's 44 yards here from the left hash. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. The entire game now resting on the right foot of this kicker. The first time they've called him out today, and he has a chance to win it. The kick is good. He got it. And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game winner. So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. And with overtime in their back pocket, they